Alright, so we already made this video one time today, and we're going to have to remake the video because of some technical difficulties. Trust me, you guys wouldn't have appreciated the audio if I would have just left it alone and added that video to YouTube. But today, we're here to test whether the polar vortex will make a huge difference in benchmarking. And we have a very cold day outside, and my window is, if I open it, there's a big hole in the back where the radiators are and everything else, and I'm basically going to freeze my butt off for your entertainment. So what we're going to do to begin with is we're going to benchmark it one time, and the first time we benchmark it, we will benchmark it without opening any windows, and we'll see what kind of score we get. And we also changed the card out, the graphics card. This is a MSI Seahawk. It's a 2080. So we're not running that 5700 XT anymore. I actually went through and because we're still waiting on parts, I figured I'd go through, add some radiators just with the soft tubing, and add the card in there just to do some more testing on our Threadripper system. So we're going to go ahead and run this this Time Spy benchmark, and we'll see what kind of score we get. When it's all said and done, we will let the cold air in. That's about somewhere between -3 and -5 degrees. And we will see if the polar vortex can actually make a difference in the benchmarking. So here we go, starting 3D Mark Time Spy. Now, we did get our RAM running correctly for once. It should be running at 3600 megahertz. And Threadripper likes fast RAM. So eventually, I think we're going to add another 4 sticks and see how much of an improvement that makes, which will be another 32 gig. This benchmark's just so beautiful, it really is. What are some tests that you guys think we should run on this machine? Do you think we should try other benchmarks? What are some things that you would try with this Threadripper system? Oh, and hey, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe, hit the bell, get notified when we release a new video, because we're going to be releasing a lot of videos. And I promise you, the more we do, the quality will get better. So we just finished up Time Spy on our initial run, not cooled by outside air, and we're at 10,815. Now we just started up the computer, so I don't know. It might be harder to get a heavier score, but we're gonna run the same settings. All we're gonna do is open this window so that the air can get into the PC. I can even get it open. Whoo, it's cold! You know, I really hope this is worth it for your entertainment. Alright, so we're going to try and run Time Spy in super cold. See where it gets us. Wow, is it cold out there. I thought about taking the desk outside, but honestly, if I would have took it outside, the test would be a lot harder to do. And not only that, but I was worried about it being out there too long and things freezing. And I didn't think this test was worth ruining valuable PC parts. But I'm going to tell you, that air coming into that desk is -3 to 5 degrees. I'm freezing sitting right here. And the radiators are down there in there. So we should get a better score, I'm thinking, because we got a lot more thermal headroom. I don't know if it'll be a whole lot. Maybe it'll be a whole lot. We got a lower result. I'm going to run it one more time to see if we get a little bit better of a score, because that's not making sense to me why we would get. So I'm going to leave the window open. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open it even further. We're going to go back and I'm going to rerun Time Spy. Because that's a different result than I got earlier. So this is Time Spy, test 3 of 3, running Threadripper in super cold air. So I don't know if you can notice this YouTube off the camera, but the wind is coming through here at probably 15 to 20 miles an hour. And like I said, it's -3. So it should have some kind of impact on how the system is performing. And, you know, I would really think that it'd give us a higher result. And we're just about to post here. It's 10,838. Let me close the window here. What was our first test run? What was our first result? Let's see here. Our first run. Maybe I got him on here. So it looks to me like we're performing better than other systems here. Other thing I want to look at though is my results. Okay, so the first result we posted was, well, here, let's go review all 5 test scores, because the last 5 benches have all been this, okay? We had 2 benches with window closed, and the first one was 10,779. The second bench with the window closed was 10,815. The first bench I had with the window open, we did significantly better with 10,846. Then the second one I did with the window open, we did 10,788. But then again, we come back 15 points ahead, 18 points ahead, 10,838. So at this point, I'm going to say that absolutely extremely cold air has had almost no effect on the way this system is performing on the benchmarks, which is awfully surprising considering. The only way that I think that it might make a difference is with overclocking, because then we'd actually be running higher settings, and the temperature headroom would be allowing us to get that little bit of extra performance out of the system. But as for settings that are all the same, and not in an overclocking situation, it made little to no difference. Well, if you like this video and you want to see more videos just like this, subscribe, hit the bell, and you know, stick around. We'll review some more other cool stuff. And this was kind of fun, you know, even though I'm frozen, and I froze for your entertainment. So when it comes to systems that have the exact same settings, normal air versus polar vortex, not really any gain there. Surprising result.